Yo, what's good, everybody? We back, and I'm especially excited this week, and we all know why. First and foremost, we got my incomparable co-host with me. What's good, sir? How you been?
Oh, I thought I was still a guest.
Well, listen, that's up to you. What you are is what you want to be. One week you tell me you're co-host, next week you tell me you're a guest, so I go off whatever you say.
Well, tomorrow's Friday. It's going to be 70. I feel great. Sore as hell, but I feel great.
I hear that. I hear that. Hey, listen. Now we could go over what happened last weekend. We all know the answers to that already, though. But before we do that, shout out Mr. Galloway in the building. What's popping, man? Listen, the most fire, the most fire hip hop channel ever. Yeah, ever. Capitalize that. And a dominant hip hop artist. Please go check out Mr. Galloway on all platforms. The man's a monster. We got Miss Yolanda in the building, a future Raven YouTuber in it of herself. She's getting her channel together, ready to go, and she is going to be putting out the content left and right. I heard she's going live 3 days a week minimum. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? And she was nice enough to plead guilty in her trial. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So this past weekend, we all watched some football, right? We watched those games that was going on, but there was only one that was really, really important. Let's be honest, there was one that was talked about where somehow the number one seed was looked at as a dominant number one seed, first off, was looked at as possibly losing the game. We know what we talking about. We talking about our Baltimore Ravens against them Houston Texans. And big ups to Houston, who came out and, well, they died a slow death. But they had heart. They died with heart, right? They didn't. I can't really say they fought because at the end of the day, we didn't allow them to fight. We beat them senseless, and that was that. Nothing more we could do about it. What was your thoughts on the game?
You know, the first quarter, I was a little nervous. I was driving back from the gun range. So I was listening to the coach's stream, and I'm like, hey, I'm not hearing what I need to hear. It was 10 and a half. So I'm like, okay. I'm listening to coach's stream. Everything's good. Yeah, had to take the wife grocery shopping. So it's like mid third quarter. All of a sudden, we just started turning up. So we got back to the house. You know what it is. I keep my backpack one trip short. I don't care if I gotta carry 20 gallons of juice, carrots, beans, beef, tacos, burritos. One trip. I got in here. I put the backpack on the counter. We here with it
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed.
In case y'all don't know who he's talking about Coach Evans, Sip to Tally Films. Tune in. He does stream every game. I believe he's going to be streaming the AFC Championship game as well. Don't quote me on that. He might want to just sit back with his purple Kool-Aid and chillax, but
Yeah, the
usually the
AFC
man
Championship
is streaming.
and the
He
Super
works
Bowl.
hard. Yeah, he works hard. So I'm willing to bet he's streaming that game. And I thought about doing it, but I was like, nah, I just want to kick my feet up and yell and jump across my living room. And I know if I'm streaming, I'm in the breaking the tablet and whatnot. So I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna watch coaches stream or whoever else may be streaming. I know my boy Raven C be streaming. Hendo does sometimes, so we'll see. It's gonna be a fun Sunday, man. And it was almost shocking to me that we had the early game on Sunday, but I'm okay with it. I'm actually okay with it. It gives me the rest of the day to celebrate because I think we know what's gonna happen. At least in my heart, I know what's gonna happen.
Celebrate and relax afterwards.
Yes, Yes, it's gonna be party time because I think we're gonna come out here and we not just gonna win. I think um I think we're gonna hand out a beatdown. I think it's only called for. Did you speaking of handing out a beatdown? Okay, as you all know, AFC Championship game, Baltimore Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs beat Buffalo at home, which it's more like Buffalo beat Buffalo because the Chiefs early on was still trying to give that game away, and Buffalo apparently didn't want it either. You had a drop touchdown by Diggs, which is very rare. Allen missed a few. He also fumbled the ball, but they recovered it back because the Chiefs defender tried scooping and scoring, and it was a great play made by I believe it was the Bills tight end and dive on the ball and knock it out of his hands while he was trying to scoop and score it. So they got that back. But at the end of the day, missed field goal. Bills can't get in the end zone. Chiefs win by 3. Andy Reid, at the end of the game in the locker room, takes a shot at Baltimore. Some would seem to think, where he says, "We not gonna dance after this win. We still got more work to do." Obviously referencing John Harbaugh and company dancing in the locker room after the absolute beatdown of the Houston Texans. To that, I said, Ravens had a reason to dance. We won by blowout. If you're the Chiefs, you can't dance when you barely scrape by. Just saying. But also, and I want to get your thoughts on this, uh, Chris Jones, the defensive tackle, yes, their dominant defensive tackle comes out, says, if we want to beat him, we have to make him throw, and we'll dominate the game. What are your thoughts on that?
Patrick Mahomes.
No,
He
no. He
must have been
said,
because without Pacheco running, Mahomes been looking pedestrian recently. So he must have been talking about home, right?
agreed. No. So for some reason, he thinks that Lamar Jackson still can't throw the football. I don't know what that's about, but that seems to be the thought process.
You know what it is? He know if the great eight start hitting them spin moves and juke moves on him, it's gonna be a wrap. So he's like, look, we need to blitz him and make him throw because I can't chase him around by myself. He gonna be looking like
That's
Clowney Miles Garrett did last year. Clowney almost didn't walk off the field because he said, "Is in no way he got away from me." So
I
yeah,
mean,
it sounds like
we
Ace
see that
Spags throw
happening
some
because
blitzes because we can't chase him down.
listen, you seen what happened when we played? Who was it? Jacksonville when the D lineman broke loose and he still threw the deep touchdown
Right, he hit him
to
with the
Likely.
and just
Yeah,
tossed the ball, and
and
he
then
was
the
like,
lineman finally hit him. It was like, how? How? That's exactly how the Chiefs
he was
defense
just
gonna
on his
do
knees with his head like this. I thought he was praying for a second. I was like, Lamar the God.
it. Exactly. Miss Yolanda says she was very upset when she read that comment. And I agree. It pissed me off too, to be honest with
The
you. Excuse my
notification,
language on
Jay.
that, but
Jay, you got a DM'd invite, Jay.
you got a DM'd invite to join the show. And then I sent out notifications when the show was starting everywhere, literally everywhere. So you had multiple chances, sir.
Look, you sent
Multiple.
out a notification that he's hit the stream y'all talking about. Y'all watching that South Carolina game?
Right? I saw that. I didn't want to say nothing, but I saw it. But if y'all don't know, my boy Jada6, he's coming back soon. He on a little hiatus. But go to that man for sports content, right? And if you want to know where the fly kicks are, he's the man. Trust and believe, he's the man.
Jay streams
And
at
we
4
got my
a.m.
boy Endo in the building too. From the Rogue Pod, another 24/7 YouTuber. I gotta say this, between him, Brodney, and Coach, you always got something to watch. Like Brodney's on every show every day of the week. Not to mention his own with Jose and Lunch Break Hot Take.
Tell Miss
He's on
Guilty, Jay.
every single show.
Jay got Miss Guilty slipping.
Mm, You know, I think she might have had an effect on him. You know what I mean? But although when she's called upon for a stream, usually she shows up to it. I'll at least say that. She at least shows up. When Hendo says, hey, let's do this show, she's like, drop the link. She said real gangster too. She's like,
we don't
drop
know
the
how
link.
many. We don't know how many she misses though. It might be surprising when she get invited to.
This is true. We don't have that insider information. We only know what we see.
But they got that Martha Stewart.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to go that far, but all right. she's okay. There she is talking about
Misses zero, but ducks many.
That sounds about right. Right? She ducks every stream that has to do with her own channel.
Right. She want me to make vegan recipes, but she ain't going. She ducking her own channel.
We can't really argue that one, can we? So, yeah, I guess we got to take a quick moment before we get back to our Ravens to talk about the other teams that's going to be in the championship weekend, and that's going to be San Fran and Detroit. As Detroit barely scraped by the Rams, which I had the Rams winning anyway, but Detroit barely scraped by the Rams. We had on wild card weekend, the divisional round, we watched them beat Tampa Bay. They're looking good, but they look like they're missing something. And I know we're going to do our picks a little later. We already know one of our picks. But for them versus San Fran, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. And I think it depends on which Brock Purdy we get when it comes to that game.
Boss lady. Your boss has arrived.
The missus has arrived. Hello.
My boss should be home soon.
I dig it. So for me, watching Detroit against Tampa Bay fought. Big ups to Tampa Bay. I mean, I'm probably the only person that actually said that they were an actual good football team. But I did say they needed a guy at quarterback to be better than Baker. But Baker had a very, very good year for what it was. So will he be their QB next year? I don't know. Maybe they end up drafting one. It's a pretty deep QB class. They got some good guys coming out of there. I don't know their exact draft position yet. I haven't really started doing my homework on the draft or looking up prospects yet. But there's a chance Tampa Bay may draft a QB.
I just got a notification that we're live.
You just got that notification, huh?
YouTube just sent me that notification.
That's crazy. I'm pretty sure they sent me one too, but I got my phone on silent. So, but listen, San Fran, what do you think about them and how they're looking right now? I don't know if Debo is going to be back for this game. I think he is. But what do you think their chances are of getting past Detroit?
So I'm gonna eliminate your second question along with the first question. Detroit and San Fran are the same goddamn team. If their QBs start having to be extraordinary, they're screwed. That's Detroit. That's San Fran. I mean, that's the Buccaneers. Team with an average to decent QB, more firepower than they know what to do with. And whoever is the QB that makes the most mistakes, the other team's going to win. I mean, it's both ways. Like, it's a 50-50.
Okay. So, but do you look at I see what you're saying with them being the same team. Both got great run game. Probably they're actually both run first teams and then have weapons on the outside. But when you look at it, the major difference for me is Fred Warner in that defense, right? I love Detroit's defense too, though. That defensive line in Detroit is crazy. Hutchinson, those guys, those guys are gonna get after Brock Purdy. They're gonna get after Brock Purdy, and I think that's gonna be the key to the game. If they can get pressure and stuff the run, then we're looking at a Detroit win. Because I don't think they're gonna have to do much in the way of airing the ball out. I think they'll be able to run it. I think both teams can technically run it, but it's gonna be up to Detroit's D line to stop the run and provide great pass rush on Brock Purdy, and I think they'll get that done. So just I'm gonna get this pick out the way now. I have not picked San Fran to win one game this whole postseason. They've been the team every round that's done the opposite that puts the loss on my record every round. And I'm gonna stick to it. And let's see if they can do it again. I'm taking Detroit over San Fran. And I'm taking Detroit 28-24.
I had him by 5, so that'll probably put me at the 19-24 range. But I had Detroit by 5.
Miss Yolanda says if Debo does not play, then the Lions win.
Even if he does
Honestly,
play,
that's what I was saying. Even if he does play, I think the Lions win. I just think Brock Purdy, I think he's been exposed, especially in these playoffs. Yeah, he had that final drive. He was pretty good on that final drive, right? But he's not that guy. He's not that guy, and it shows that Mr. Cam Newton, I'm gonna say this again, was right. Okay, he's a game manager. It's not necessarily a bad thing, right? It's not necessarily a bad thing at all, but he's a game manager with tremendous weapons. But those DBs in Detroit are going to get tested, like wildly tested.
well, I mean, Aaron Glenn was a DB, so I think he knows a few ways to confuse somebody like Brock Purdy, make something look like it isn't. Same way McDonald does. Line up in this, like when I play Madden, I call a defense, but I always have man aligned. So it looks like man
Mm-hmm.
when it's zone. It looks like man when it's man. If I throw a combo fire blitz, it still looks like man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just okay, line up over everybody. Even if you keep playing cover 4 shell, line up over everybody. And as the receivers run their routes, you'll expand into your zone. And unless they throw a slant right behind the slot corner, who's covering the deep quarter, who's covering that middle quarter. I mean, everything will stay in front of you for the most part.
Before we go on, I want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody that's in here. Also, hit that like button, share, subscribe. We are at 104 subscribers, and we are trying to continue to make that climb to 200. Please hit that like button, share, and let's continue what we were saying here. So, we got Detroit. Obviously, being as though we're Ravens fans, even though we're open to all possibilities, right? We're unbiased. We still picking Baltimore to win. I know you got Baltimore winning. I got Baltimore winning. What is your final score for that game? Your score prediction?
I think like 21-30.
21-30?
Yeah, 21-30.
You're being nice. I'm seeing a 42-10. I think this is going to be the ultimate statement game.
Hold on. No. I figured out where you're going. But if we're up 30 with a couple minutes left, we just going to be playing slow down ball. Like it's the NFL. Every team gets the DAC yards, as they call them, the garbage time. He threw for 400. He threw for 150 in the last 5 minutes. Like, so
Yeah,
him throwing for 400 didn't mean anything.
I know that, but there's a part of me that feels like this team wants to, when it comes to the Chiefs, we want to embarrass them. I feel like we
We
want to beat them in such a fashion that all the arrogance surrounded around them, their fans, just gets flushed down the drain.
we do, but if you think for 1 second any of our starters are staying in when we're up by 15 halfway through the last quarter
Oh,
and
I
risk
think
them
they
getting
will.
hurt for the Super Bowl, that ain't happening.
I think they will.
Nah, Harbs is going to be even
Up
more
by only
conservative
15?
than he normally is. We're up by
Up by
15 with six
if we're
minutes left.
that's a
Harbs is
two
going to be
score
like,
game.
nah.
That's a two-score game. They're staying in.
As soon as we know the game
It's,
is wrapped, they're out.
yeah, that's a two-score game. If anything, especially after what Pat Mahomes did to Buffalo last year or year before last, ain't no way we're gonna risk taking starters out with only up 15 points. It's a two-score game. It's the NFL. Teams strike quickly. But again, I think we'll be up by a lot more than that. That's just me. Like I said, I got us 42-10. I think it's gonna be a complete smoke show. And I'm gonna have no voice the entire week after because I'm gonna be going crazy. Actually, my warm up for the game Saturday night, I'm watching WWE's Royal Rumble. Yes, I'm still a wrestling fan. So I'm watching the Royal Rumble Saturday night. Then I'm watching the game on Sunday. I'm just gonna be amped. Like it's gonna be, I'm gonna be amped and real physical in this household. I just gotta make sure I don't hit my TV with nothing. That's my one worry. You know what I mean?
You better not knock none of them pictures off the wall, or Shiloh Davidson gonna be your last worry because she gonna kill your ass.
Listen, bro, I won't knock any pictures off the wall. I know better.
I see how you tell you lean back. Don't worry, baby.
No, she's not here. She's not here. She's not here right now. She's not home. But I won't be. What you mean? Tell her.
All caps.
All caps. You know I'm not knocking nothing off the wall. At least not from watching football.
You scared?
Anyway, am I scared? Nah, I ain't never scared. We always scared. As men, we have a right and we are smart if we are scared of our women because that's how it should be, right? You talking all that now? Talk that smack when you get home. Talk that smack when you get home. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, who, what player are you looking to see the most from this game? Who's gonna be the most important, or who's gonna have the biggest impact, other than Lamar Jackson?
I don't think it's gonna be like the biggest impact because our game plan changes so much that like it really depends on everybody. But the surprise impact, I think Molet's gonna play way better than we expect him to.
Okay, Molet. Okay, so for me, I think Isaiah Likely has the game of a lifetime. I
First
think
of all,
Mark Andrews.
hold on. Owe can't even get his run fits correctly to even be worried about having an impact.
I wasn't even going to acknowledge it because we know she calls for an always sack every game. So I I was just gonna let it go. I was gonna let it go. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to diss Oway.
She
He's had
called
a
for
rough
always sack
season.
last May. We wasn't even playing.
Mm. The man's had a rough season. He's had a rough year. But
He's had a
we'll
rough
get into
life.
more of that in a second. So for me, I'm saying Isaiah Likely has a heck of a game. And a big part of it is going to be the factor of Mark Andrews. We're going to see multiple tight end sets. Mark Andrews is going to get the attention just because he's there, and Isaiah Likely will take advantage of it.
So what you're saying is Andrews and Likely versus Kelsey.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, if we're going matchup, right? Position by position matchup. We'll say QB is a tie. We'll call that a tie. It's Lamar's Pat Mahomes. Running back, I'm going to give it to us because we have a deeper running back room. Wide receiver, I give it to us.
They
I feel
have
like we have more
Tony.
depth there.
They have Kadarius
They
Tony.
have Kadarius Tony. Exactly. Tight end, us. We have deeper tight end room. They have offensive line. I feel like they have a better offensive line than us. Defensive line.
I mean, Tony might be injured, so they might lose that offensive line thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if he plays, like he's not going to be at full strength. So you got Clowney over there trying to run through his entire soul, as Coach says.
He said run through his whole soul. Oh man.
And
Listen,
17 doesn't do anything for the run fits, so he's going to get blown up if he comes across Roquan or PQ. Clowney is just charging in like he's one of the Vikings from 1690.
Clowney he's been phenomenal. I mean, if there was ever a guy who was underrated when we picked him up, it was him. Because we got him and everybody, so many people was like, why waste your time? He's washed. You know, I think a lot of us Baltimore fans, because we wanted him when he first came out, was like, watch this. We played him twice when he played for Cleveland. We knew what he was, and we knew we could get the best out of him, and we have.
Let's see. Rogue Pod said he has never been a sack master. He's always been that guy that shuts down a run or gets pressure. He just doesn't close on the sacks as often as he should. And he was right because he went to his run rating. His run rating was basically better than anybody we had on the team last year.
Yeah.
So when they put him at
he's always
defensive
been dominant
position,
in run defense. Yeah, he's always been dominant in run defense. Absolutely. Jay says Clowney better beat the brakes off Donovan Smith if y'all interior D line is going to command double teams. Listen, our interior D line, when you sit back and watch the tape and you see the sheer size of Michael Pierce, he's always going to command a double team. Just because if you try to block him one-on-one, he's going to bench press the lineman back into the quarterback. So you have to double team. And when you double team him, now you're possibly leaving Matabike one-on-one. Can't do that anymore. His hand fighting is going through the roof. He's actually got a swim move now to pair with his bull rush. So he's kind of a problem. Now you got to double team him. It's not that many linemen to go around because we still got Clowney coming and we still got Calvin Noy coming. So
and Hamilton.
Notice, yeah, and Hamilton and Mollett. And notice in that group, not to mention PQ sometimes too.
I mean, always over there eating grass, but
Yeah, no, I was about to say, notice I didn't mention Owe.
The vegetarian
guys is coming for the ball. So I just think this is one of the years.
Do you think Owe likes turf better, or does he like actual grass?
Oh, he's a vegan. He likes natural grass. He's got to be vegan.
I mean,
I've never seen.
He might be into turf.
Maybe. All I know is I've never seen anybody run away from sacking the QB like he does.
Wait,
especially for a guy who had like a 4.3, who ran a 4.3. You know what I mean?
And unless there's somebody else who's about to get a huge bonus, then all of a sudden he gets there to split the sack.
Oh man, he's a thief. He stole money from Justin Houston. I still think he should pay him that money. I don't know where he's gonna get it from because he certainly ain't gonna earn that type of money. But he should find a way. Like he should start a GoFundMe to build up that money so he could pay Justin Houston because he owes that man big time for stealing that sack away from him. because that was cash. It was a couple mil. That was a couple mil he took out of
I
that
think it
man
was a
pocket.
mill.
Like that's crazy, crazy. But I think so. I was saying I'm gonna come out and say this, and I think I said this in the Discord earlier this week. This Baltimore Ravens team, shall they, if they go on to win the Super Bowl, I believe they will. There's no way you can look throughout the history of the NFL, not look at this team and say, "Oh my goodness, this might be one of, if not the most dominant team to ever win the Super Bowl in an NFL season." Look at the way they've dispatched the competition all year long. I get it. We got 3 losses, right? 3 losses we should have won, but the 3 teams we lost to were all in the playoffs. So, well, one was on the border of making the playoffs. But how do you look at that schedule, and you see, oh my God, this team's 5 games over 500. This team's 5 games over 500. And all of them get not only beat, dominated, dominated from the word go by this team. It has to be the most dominant team or one of the most dominant teams in NFL history. Not to mention the trifecta, which I talked about with Coach earlier today. The trifecta on defense of being number one in points allowed, number one in takeaways, and number one in sacks. It's never been done until now. So this team, I mean, they're just built different. And when we stomping, when we stomping Taylor Swift in her forehead, I mean the Chiefs in their forehead, I'm going to rejoice and yell all across my living room because we know what's coming. I mean, even looking at, I don't want to say I'm jumping too far ahead, but even looking at the Super Bowl, we're looking at 2 teams that we played and dominated. So no matter who comes in, we have a proven way of beating them already. Bring your adjustments, but guess what? We're gonna bring ours.
Are you gonna sing Taylor's song? Players gonna play, haters gonna hate.
I would
Because
never sing a
you
Taylor
know what I
song.
want? I need them to get smooth all up on her face when it sets in that they lost. They need to be this close. When she
Not
goes,
just her. Yeah, not just her. I want to see her face. I want to see Jason Kelsey's face. I want to see Pat's wife's face. I want to see his brother's
and
face.
his yes, the brother, especially the brother.
I need to see all of them when they eating concrete, when they eating dirt, when they eating some of that Baltimore slab outside the stadium. I need to see it. I need it up close and personal. I'm just saying, when they lose, this is what I think should happen. When they lose, I think Taylor Swift should go outside and kiss the cleat on Ray Lewis's statue. Just saying. Just
There you
saying.
go.
Just saying. Why not? I think it's deserved. I think it's deserved. There's no way we should just let it slide that she just and not to change subject, but is it me or is it the NFL trying to stack the deck against Baltimore?
With that ref,
Yes. And ain't this the same ref that I believe I Googled it. And I believe it was him. This was a while back. But I think it's the same ref who tends to call us for some outrageous calls in a lot of games.
he calls like twice as many penalties against the home team over the
Like,
last 3 years.
yeah. And he's how do you hold a stat like that? How is it possible? Everybody else is near 50-50. This guy's leaning one
And
way
you know what they
100.
say? All kinfolk ain't kinfolk. Ain't that what they said?
Facts. Facts. he might have a little bit of money down in some of these games. Just saying. When it's that obvious, when you can point out, like I haven't seen in all my life, I haven't seen somebody whip out some referee stats, especially for him to lean that heavily towards one side. Man, listen, he might catch a brick through his window. He tried to mess this game up. I'm just
I'm
saying.
making it out of Baltimore if he messes this game up. We know that.
I'm telling you now, the refs better not try to decide this game because it is going to
Little
be.
Pookie and them from Park Heights. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Listen,
They're gonna be
listen.
around.
He better not
Them
try to
boys
mess this up.
from Westport, they're gonna be around.
You know what I'm saying? He can't listen. We can't. As a ref, he has
Look,
to go with his staff.
Yolanda's doing pro bono work for all of them. So Pookie and them getting out, Pookie and them beating them charges.
Facts, facts. Yo, as a ref, you have to go talk to your staff before this game and say, "Listen, we're going to let them play.
We want
It's
to
going to
live.
be physical. It's going to be chippy, and we want to get out of here alive. Let them play." That's all you can do. At the end of the day, I think as a Ravens fan, if we just let them play, and they find a way to win, I don't believe they will, but if they let them play and they find a way to win, then big ups Kansas City. Pat Mahomes, you're that dude. You just eclipsed Tom Brady to me if you can beat this Ravens team. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Tom Brady fans, TV12 fans, you can come at me later. But yeah, I said it. If somehow Pat Mahomes wins this game, he eclipses Tom Brady to me. Because he'll be beating one of the most dominant teams in football history. Just saying. Because even that Patriot team that went undefeated and then lost in the Super Bowl, they weren't smoking teams like winning teams like this. You weren't they weren't stomping the best teams out the way Baltimore has. I think it's just flat out our year. I mean, it's nothing more you can really say about it. But I want you to give me your end of the year awards for the Baltimore Ravens. So first, I want your most improved.
We already know that's B. Stevens.
Yeah, yeah, I got it.
Close second would
I
be
agree.
Hamilton, but we already knew Hamilton had it. He just needed to be in certain spots.
Yeah, I agree. Brandon Stevens. I mean, the turnaround from year to year for him was I never seen anything like it. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to go from what he was to what he is now.
But wait,
As,
they gave him 2 years at the same position finally.
this is true. And well, here's the crazy part. He wasn't supposed to be at that position. Remember, they had him in the preseason as a safety. He ended up back at corner because they didn't bring back Marcus Peters.
They call Rocky
Rocky
trash.
said in a bunch. Yep, Rocky trash can got hurt. Marlon Humphrey got hurt. A bunch of guys went down. So it was like, okay, Brandon, we're gonna have to keep you at corner. He was supposed to be a backup safety. So and slot guy. So look at that. Look at how that worked out. That worked out phenomenal for him. Okay. So that's your most improved. And understandably so. For the next one, your rookie of the year for Baltimore. Which I think that was pretty obvious.
Hey, you sure it ain't Simpson?
I mean, I think it is. That's my
Nah,
pick.
it's gonna be
My pick.
Zay. It's gonna be Zay. He did his job. He definitely gave us hope. Gave us an abundance of happiness that EDC finally picked a first round pick correctly. It was like drafting Ray Lewis again.
Listen, this one.
What's the proof is Owe? What he do?
For me,
he didn't run away from the fullback this year.
So for me, I'm gonna say I'm agree with Zay, but had it not been for Keaton Mitchell's injury, it probably would have been Keaton Mitchell for me. Because the boy came in. 2 injuries. Yes, 2 injuries. The boy came in on fire. On fire. Like it was. I knew he had speed. I knew he had talent. I just didn't expect him to come out and actually show out and be running back 1 immediately as an undrafted rookie.
Are we going to do a moment of silence for JK? Because it's a wrap for him.
He's a free agent anyway. His contract's up. So
yeah, but we're definitely not re-signing him. We'll probably sign Dalvin Cook again before we sign JK.
I mean, I would do that anyway. Give me Dalvin Cook before you give me JK anyway. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Oh yeah, I'm about to be quitting this live.
Oh man, he said quitting, sir.
Oh, hold on, I gotta get my first. There we go.
Listen, you ain't got to quit the live. I was actually about to end the stream soon anyway.
I was trying to go live, so I had to get my first in the chat before y'all started.
Yeah, no, I know. So, yeah, we're about to end this in a second anyway. You made me lose my train of thought real quick. Yeah,
Defensive player of the year.
Keaton was about to be that dude for rookie. No 2-hour stream. No. When have I? Well, I'm not gonna say when have I ever, because I have done it in the past. But we're not.
You've done 3.5 hour streams.
Yes, we have. Yes, we.
You know what I had earlier when I got home from work?
What? Don't even answer it. Don't answer that. Don't ignore him, y'all. Please ignore him. We're gonna.
Some ballpark Franks.
We're gonna listen. We're not gonna.
We're not bringing that up with mumbo sauce and mustard.
We're not having that conversation, sir. Before this stream goes downhill. You
go downhill faster. That's the goal, to go faster.
Listen, I don't want to go faster. I'm gonna end the stream before we fall off a cliff. You dig?
Wally Coyote?
So listen, it's gonna be a big weekend. It's gonna be a fun weekend. We do have. I gotta talk to you because we gotta plan some more streams because we got some conversations to have back about this Marvel. My boy is checking in on the Marvel, and we got a discussion. Right. Also, big ups to Brodney because I've been watching Blue Eye Samurai. I'm actually about to finish the last 20 minutes or so. As soon as I get off air, I'm gonna finish the last 20 minutes of that, and I'm watch Coach. So, Miss Yolanda, I apologize, but there will be no 2-hour stream tonight. We got plans tonight. So, your last thoughts on what the Ravens need to do to put the Chiefs away.
Make the wide receivers try to beat you. That's like taking Jordan away from the Wizards them last 2 years before he retired again. Keep Jordan under 30 and make the rest of the Wizards beat you.
That's crazy because he was balling when he was with the Wizards too, which is crazy. So mine's is essentially the same as yours, and it's shut down Isaiah Pacheco, or IP10 as you call him. If you can shut him down, I think you win the game easily because it forces Pat to have to do what he does at quarterback, and even more so, it forces the wide receivers to have to beat you. Now, y'all, thank you for coming through. We appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. I love you. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Do me a favor, go check out the store. Living Big with Big Reg, Etsy.com. Please go, please go check out the store. Let me tell you something. I've been putting up merch left and right lately. And it's not just merch for the channel. I genuinely just like making designs and I put stuff out there. With my latest actually being a Call of Duty design. B squared, I don't even think I told you about it. It's a Call of Duty design. It says, "Don't shoot, I'm lagging." And then you got to check it out. I'll send you a link for it so you can check it out. Please check it out.
Picture to
Yes,
post
yes.
it, man. Now I gotta do. Now I gotta hold on. Where we supposed to click the link at? So I gotta type it out.
The link is in the description. The link is in the description. And Jada6, he said it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. He actually copped a couple things from the store. So let's take his word for it. You know what I mean? Let's take his word for it. It's fire. I got a couple things myself. I'm coming. Should be on the way. I'm picking out some final designs. I have shipped here for myself. So yeah, I'm telling you, check it out. You're gonna like what you see in there. You're gonna like what you see in there. And your boy's only upgrading day by day. I'm putting more and more in there. As soon as I come up with something, I start to get into work on it.
Step by
Feel
step,
me?
day by day.
Yes, yes, sir. We don't, I mean, yeah, we not singing lyrics to shows, but yeah, yeah,
The look on your face
yeah,
when it hits you, like, wait, did he just? Yeah, I did.
yes, 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 he did. Yes, he did. Right. So once again, thank you. We love you. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the merch. Mr. Ghost, you want to tell them where they can find you? Where they can find your merch at, sir?
86ghost.com. Retired YouTuber also.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's doing the whole retired YouTuber thing. Listen, people, don't listen to him. It's just a phase. He will be back.
A
Okay.
phase.
He loves this more than he likes to let on. So he will be back. You can almost quote me on that one.
You know what? I did forget to order a memory card for my new little dash cam.
Yeah, see, look. He'll be back. Like I said,
Yeah, I don't
he'll
look
be back.
retired. I just look tired. That all that hammer drilling today, boy, my shoulders are done.
Yeah, he'll be back. People, he'll be back. He's just waiting to get a few things added on to the accessories. That's all it is. Listen, y'all know y'all can find me here on YouTube, Living Big with Big Reg. Same thing on X and TikTok. Even though I don't know when the last time I posted on TikTok. I gotta get back to it, right? TikTok is more of what I started this channel out with, which I still will drop some of every once in a while. But I used to do the motivational Mondays. Um,
Now streaming Mondays and Thursdays. Is that what you said?
I did not say that, sir, but I am looking to find another day to put on an extra couple streams, maybe. So I'm slowly trying to upgrade and add some time on. I'm gonna leave it up to the people. Maybe I'll put something in the comments. We'll see. But I'm gonna leave it up to the people to
I
see if they want another show or not.
I might add 2 or 3 shirts to the to the little website.
Okay, so yeah, so we got some shirts coming from Ghost. You heard it here first. Breaking news. Breaking news. New shirts coming on 86ghost.com. Go check it out. Get the merch. And maybe that's a strong. Miss Yolanda, I'm taking one out of your book. Maybe another show. I gotta find the time, um, and see if there will be a co-host for the show. But I would like to do a show where I talk pretty much everything else except football. I'll try to leave Thursdays for the sports show, and the other show be more towards Marvel, life, and things like that. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna spitball, and we'll see what happens. Almost like kind of reference hanging with Hendo, something similar to that, but on a different day, different time.
So you and Yolanda is what you're getting at.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said, sir. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth.
I mean,
Um,
Hang with Hendo Yolanda was on every show.
she was not. He had hanging with Hendo. He had several guests.
But she said she never missed a show, right? So she had to be there.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't part of. She did. I think she did one, maybe two episodes of Hanging with Hendo. But he had B up there. Suge. He had all those guys on there. All those other great YouTube content creators that we like to watch. But I'm finally gonna let y'all out of here. I'm trying to get out of here in under an hour, and we are on pace. So it's been a beautiful night. I'm extremely excited. I think I've even skipped over some of the stuff I wanted to talk about tonight, just so I can make this hour. I can't wait for this game. I'm pumped.
Defensive player of
I've
the year,
been
offensive
going
player of the year,
crazy.
Ravens MVP. You skipped all three of those.
I did. I skipped all of them because I'm looking at the time. If you want to give them quickly, we can give them quickly. Offensive player of the year.
Great eight, going great crazy out here, in these streets. Gotta be Lamar. He's MVP. Offensive player of the year. Obviously Lamar. I mean, he might be defensive player of the year because he kept defense off the field some of them times too.
Nah,
But
I'd have to
defensive
give
player of
that
the
to
year,
Kyle Hamilton.
defensive player of the year, I'm gonna go with Rowe. Just because
Bro, nice.
he holds it, he basically, if he didn't get that defense organized before snaps and whatnot, then I don't think the other guys could do what they do.
I
He's
respect
kind of
that.
like the core of the free hanging arms. Like, yeah, Octopus has 8 arms, but there's still a core that they have to come back to.
I can respect that. So yes, defensive player of the year. I went Kyle Hamilton. Um, just the way he's been all over the field. He's done literally everything you could do on defense. So I went Kyle Hamilton. Offensive player of the year. Yeah, a lot of people won't necessarily agree with this one because it's kind of a off kilter pick, but I went. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Justice Hill. Justice Hill was my offensive player of the year for the Ravens. Catching the ball out the backfield, running it. He's
He missed
done
too much time though.
everything he's asked of. He messed up a number of times, but he came
No, I
back
mean
stronger each
he
time.
missed some injuries.
I mean, yeah, of course, but to
Sid
me,
Millie, that's a new name.
that's my brother.
Ah,
That's my brother. That's actually my brother. Thank you for joining the show, bro. Hey, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I know you subscribe. Share it to all your peoples. Make sure everybody know about this.
you just weren't gonna say nothing about him.
That's my brother. No, I was gonna get to it as soon as
Steve
I was
Millie,
finished
I
talking.
got you.
That's my
See,
that's
see the
my brother
wordplay
right
there?
there.
See the wordplay?
So yeah, I see it. And look, my mama even popped in the building tonight. Look at that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So for me, the reason I picked Justice Hill is like I said, he's done everything asked of him, but he's been the most consistent one in the backfield as far as the running backs go. Gus has been up and down. He's really been the threat near the goal line. But when it comes out to the rest of the field, he'll have a big play here and there, but mostly just the short runs. Justice has
Consistent.
been
Your
he's
most
been
consistent
consistent.
person all year has been Linderbaum.
Yeah, but has he though? I guess. I
When is he
guess.
not?
He's had a game or two where it was a little rough early on in the season. Early
He's
in the
had
season.
more consistent games than Lamar has
But
had.
yes, this is true. But he's also a center. Most people, all people, overlook centers for offensive player of the year.
Now, I say, did you remember how we looked the year before we drafted him?
Yes, I do. It was terrible. It was scary.
You remember that injury
Absolutely
Lamar got
horrible.
because the center couldn't snap it right in the play
Yes,
against
I
the
do.
Titans and Lamar got hurt. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you remember that? Yeah. Keep overlooking
Yeah,
the
I
centers.
do. Actually, I remember the same thing happened against the Browns. I think that's when Lamar originally tweaked it, was against the Browns because of a bad snap. So yeah, I do remember
You're
that.
right. So I guess that center shouldn't be overlooked for consistency, huh?
No, I think he should be looked at more as most important piece. But you know,
So are you saying
yeah.
he's the queen on the chessboard?
Mm, I mean, he's the queen and Lamar's the king. Then
So that's
because you
why he's
take
bent
down the
over.
king, it's game over. You take down the king, it's game over. You know what I'm saying? But if he's got that queen guarding the board like she's supposed to, or in this case he because it's Linderbaum, then the king is good to go. And Lamar obviously was my MVP for that award. So for the Baltimore Ravens season awards.
MVP, but not offensive player of the year. Like how do you skip that?
Because I didn't want to. So my thoughts was not to give him two awards, right? I wanted to acknowledge other players on the team for at least what they gave, because
So
I
you're
felt
trying to
like
minimize
Justice
his
Hill.
shine, trying to dull it down a little
Ju-
bit.
yeah, I'm trying. You know what I mean? Listen, Justice Hill. I felt needed credit because in a running back room that's been up and down all year long because of health, he's been the most consistent piece as far as
Should have gave him an
yardage.
honorable mention.
No, I had to give somebody else the award. I didn't want to because I think giving Lamar the award was too obvious, knowing that I was going to give him the MVP. So I think it was just too obvious. So I wanted to go somewhere else with it
I mean, that sounds like you're kind of hating and
because
kind of
I
giving him
also
credit.
I also thought about giving it to Likely because of the way he stepped up in Mark Andrews' absence.
Over the last like 6 games, not immediately.
It was immediately as soon as Mark went down, he became a weapon. He just got
I
better and better and
mean, I
better.
was able to pick him up in 2 leagues because in the first couple of games he wasn't really doing much.
No, the real reason he was able to pick him up in 2 leagues is because everybody doubted him. Everybody looked at him last year and was like, he's all right. He's not there yet. And like I say, he just got better and better and better. He grew. He showed
So,
growth.
so are you calling me a prophet of sorts?
Listen, I'm not calling you a prophet. I'm saying that I actually had Likely in one league. So I knew I had him from the word go in one of my leagues. So I knew what he was capable of. It was just a matter of was he going to get to show it or not. And then Mark went down and he showed it. And then grew he grew a he grew he grew a connection with Lamar quicker than I thought
Say
he
real,
would.
recognize real. I could accept that.
Real recognize 100. Check out the tee. I know you saw the tee. It's on the site. I know you saw the shirt. You heard the man. Real recognize real 100. I got the like I said. Check out the merch.
I was
Check
waiting
out the
for you to
merch.
catch the oop. Like I was like, is he
Yeah,
gonna catch it?
check the merch. You know what I'm saying? Your boy got the fire merch out there. Go check it out. Get fly with your boy. All right. But he somehow pushed us to an hour. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Y'all know y'all can find him 86ghost.com.
I
You
think you
got me
finally
living
realized what was
big with
going
Big
on.
Reg. YouTube. No, I've been realized it. I've been watching the clock specifically. I've been realized it. Living big with Big Reg here on YouTube, TikTok, and X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We thank y'all for coming through. We love y'all.
Wait, hold
Stay
on. What's
blessed.
your favorite merch design?
Go check the store and let me know y'all favorite merch design. All right. Peace.